This is Project 4 Fire at Will. This is the game manager. It is set up as a singleton. The singleton pattern allows you to call upon anything inside of this. Uh, for now, it's what you can see here, the lose, win, game quit, and the damage zone list. It allows you to access it from anything uh, and use the information stored there. It's very useful for when you need to set up stuff like a level system, score system, things that you only really need to call upon once. It gets a bit problematic when you start changing things in it because it doesn't like to be changed. It can cause issues, it can cause things to lose its data. Basically, it's good for when you just need to pull information, but when you need to sent changed information, it can get a little bit problematic. Like if you're trying to change the pawn or change the rules of an enemy or like the damage. We have the ability to shoot. It's spread across a few things. The bullet is stored as a bullet class, an abstract class bullet, which is used twice in my code, being the basic bullet and my own designed bullet, which is a missile that when it hits an object, it will spread out and delete itself after some time. Uh, the rest of it is handled in the controller and the pawn, and of course the bullets themselves. Uh, the pawn controls the movement speed of the bullet by making a bullet speed variable you can change within the bullet. The controller, on the other hand, can create, it can instantiate the pawn at the center and both types of bullets one space up from the local transformation of the ship. After it summons it, it'll connect it to the same thing as this, as I can show you in player. It's the same controller, but it's a separate name for it. And then if the bullet exists, it will move forward. It'll do the shoot command that I showed you. Uh, when it comes to the targets, each of these targets now has a health component. Uh, the health component now has a new variable which gets used in the win condition of player. Only one thing has the player, and that is the ship prefab. Uh, right here. Uh, Death has one as well, but I found it easier to put it in player. When I go to the health component, we can see it will check whenever something with a health component dies, it'll check first of all if it has a death. If death is not null, then it continues on, and if it's a player, which is the boolean I showed you, is if it is a player, it'll activate game manager's lose games situation and just die. function. The bullets have a death component, so I can destroy them. However, as you can see, they do not have a health component, as the damage is stored on the bullets. You'll also notice each bullet has the trait of destroy on hit. I can show you in either of them, but this one is easier to find it in. If this is set to destroy on hit, you check if the other object has a death component, and if the other object has a health component and a, a, a death component, it will destroy this bullet. This allows it to pass through other features that might have a hitbox, like a wall, or not pass through, because I'd probably set that up differently, but it would make it so the bullet does not get destroyed when hitting something like a wall or just a piece of decoration that might have a trigger box. In Game Manager and in the damage on enter script, we have the ability to track using a list. If this list is ever at 0 or less, it'll activate the victory condition, and in the health comp, as I showed earlier, it will activate the lose condition if the player ever dies. I added the missile, which is my above and beyond. This, as I mentioned, gets bigger when it hits something. You can edit how big it gets, and you can edit its damage and how long it survives, as well as its speed. Right here. Right now it does 3 damage. It will get 2 times bigger, and it will last for 2 seconds. This is handled here. As long as its hitbox exists, it will eventually destroy itself. And it will increase the X and Y by that number when it hits something. When it comes to the victory and win condition, I can show you that they work. So in core, there's 4 damage zones. When I press M, it will summon the ship. When I bump in, I take damage. When I touch this one, I die. And in console, I'll do it again, just so I can show you that it happens in real time. So I bump, that would deal damage, and I die, failure condition. If I destroy everything, which, as you can see, the bullets do spawn 1 space away, I destroy everything, I soar above all, victory. As you can see, the missile does in fact work. If I accidentally summed 2. If I shoot, it starts off as a small little thing, and then it gets bigger. It does not work if I hit this one, because this one just destroys something outright. If I went into the bullet, the missile, and I increased its area of effect by 3, it would get slightly bigger. If I did it by 5 or 4, it would get even bigger. And then again, destroy that, victory. that is my project. I believe I've covered everything. Thank you for watching it.